How did you learn how to quilt?
I never started quilting until about 76. My mother never quilted, but the first quilt I used to embroider lots of quilts, the tops, and then have them quilted, or, quilt them. But in 76, I think that was the year, I'm not sure, maybe it was later, but I pieced a quilt, and I do most of my piecing by hand. I piece the quilt by hand. I said I can do more with my fingers than I can with the machine. I can stop with my fingers and the machine just keeps going. So, but I made it was a log cabin quilt, and I entered it in the Springville quilt show that they had that year, and I took first prize, and they hung it in a kind of a glass case for a month. But that was the first quilt
Wow.
that I ever made, pieced, the first pieced quilt that I ever made. And then from then on, I really got into making quilts and quilting them. But I used to have a quilt in that sunroom, but a rolling, maybe you've seen those quilt frames.
Yeah.
And I used to always have a quilt on in there, and between waiting for somebody to come and eat and all this, I used to like to go in there and quilt.
Well, I was wondering when you got to quilt.
Well, it's when I was waiting for people to come to eat.
So how many